Hey, I'm Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and today's question that every home buyer should ask is, what is a special assessment? I mentioned in the previous video that we were talking about assessments, and those are a monthly reoccurring charge essentially for being part of an HOA, whether that's a condo or a house. We talked about varying prices. Some HOAs cover more things and provide you with more things, so they end up costing you more on a monthly basis or an annual basis. Special assessments are special. They are above and beyond the normal assessment. They're most commonly found with condos and condo buildings. And these special assessments are going to cover things that are, well, not necessarily above and beyond, and I'll talk about this. So special assessments usually happen when there's not enough reserves in your reserve account to cover the expenses needed to be covered. So if the condo association maybe has really low dues and they didn't plan well and save and put money aside in the reserve account, if all of a sudden the roof needs to be replaced or the paint needs to be redone, all of a sudden now you have to collect money because you don't have any. And so what happens is the HOA will then get a loan to cover the expenses for painting the siding or putting on a new roof. These are just a few examples. And then what happens is now all the owners who are part owner in the outside of the building, and you own part of this building, now you are responsible to pay your share. So maybe that's $3,000 to $5,000 that you weren't necessarily accounting for and the HOA wasn't accounting for, and now you have to spend it. And this is one of the things that people are fearful with condos, is because, well, what if they just all of a sudden ask me for $10,000? And it does happen. I've seen assessments for even more. I've seen $30,000. I've seen $50,000. If you're buying an older condo in an older building, that if it hasn't been updated, it's probably going to need to be updated eventually. And when it does, it's expensive. And so one thing when you're looking at a condo is you want to be thinking about the budget. And when you buy a condo, they give you a disclosure. You get to see the HOA documents, you get to see the budget, and you get to see, okay, how much has this condo association set aside for repairs and replacements of things. Ideally, they have a strong reserve amount that allows them to make these repairs as they come. It's called planning. And with the special assessments, sometimes you see special assessments come in maybe as a precaution if an HOA maybe previously wasn't doing a very good job of planning, and sometimes they'll hire outside firms to do what's called a reserve study, and they'll make recommendations. Well, these are things that are coming up, and you should be setting aside money for this, or you should have been setting aside money and you haven't been. And what then happens is the HOA, in reaction to that and in trying to be proactive at this point, it's still reactive but more proactive, they will do a special assessment ahead of time to start to get more money in the reserves. So I'd say that's better, right? A proactive special assessment's better than a reactive one in hindsight, right? But you're still going to be paying extra money. So in a perfect world, an HOA plans just right on for all the repairs, and they set aside money every month for those repairs. You might, as a homeowner, be paying a little bit more every month, but then when it comes time to making those repairs or replacements, well, you're not actually spending extra money out of your pocket. So again, these assessments, I don't want them to be a fearful thing. They're not for everybody, right? And just like living in a condo is not for everybody. Maybe you want a yard, or you don't want to have a bunch of neighbors close by. But I don't think these assessments are a bad thing. It's just what they are, right? The monthly assessments, I think they're great. The trick is when you don't plan ahead, now you have a special assessment, and that's not something that you were planning on. So special assessments aren't the best, but they are necessary if an HOA doesn't plan accordingly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was valuable for you. If you liked the content, please like and subscribe to this video and this channel. And if you want to see more videos like it, please go check out the playlist, Questions that Every Home Buyer Should Ask, and you'll see a lot more valuable videos there.